Jury selection in a high-profile double murder trial has been pushed to tomorrow. We're told that's because one of the attorneys is sick. The case involves Tru Colors Brewing. That was a brewing company set up to help gang members stay out of trouble. In 2021, two people, Breonna Williams and Cordrese Tyson, were murdered in the home of Tru Colors Chief Operating Officer. Now, two of the three suspects charged with the murders are on trial. Both defendants, Omonte Bell and Dyrell Green, were in court yesterday as attorneys continued with requests for things that they wanted excluded. The issues ranged from prior gang activity to photos from Tyson's funeral to any talk of unrelated shootings. The judge delayed those decisions until after a jury selection. Bell's attorney also filed a motion to ban cameras, photos, and microphones from the courtroom. That motion was denied, but no audio will be allowed. Of course, we'll let you know when the trial resumes.